Happy New Year. It's December 31st, 2024. I'm just walking outside, contemplating about life, reflecting about my year in 2024. You know, I have a general concept of what people want, what I want, what it's like, and seeing someone else in their shoes from my perspective and being in their shoes, because I've been there before, and I'm just like, I'm approaching 40 years old now, and I'm like, I get it. Yes, 40 years old. I get it. Life is what it is. I'm already 40 years old. And just like yesterday, I was in high school. I was in college. And then after that, you just work. And most of the time, people, well, I'm Asian, so the standard is skewed. People just obsess about working and making money. And that's just the culture. And they freak about it, and there's nothing else. Like a robot, there's nothing else. That's all that was programmed inside the matrix for the average Asian person to work and make money. And it's just very sad, from my point of view. But it's survival. I mean, when Bruce Lee wrote his Warrior on Netflix, you still watch it on Netflix. It was the same thing, Chinatown, bunch of people, they look like degenerates, and funny looking, Chinese people, and that's what it was. They were just working all day, they would get picked on by the cops, a few people got raped here and there, people got murdered, people got taken advantage of, a lot of stealing and theft and crimes and shit. How was my life any different? Not much. It was a little less savage, minus the martial arts. Well, there was martial arts, minus the bloodshed. Well, there were gangs back in New York City in the 80s and the 90s. Trying to get to this location without the family watching me. So I'm just gonna stand here. This is all I have time for, so this is my actual day unfolding. As time unfolds, I speak to you in reality. How am I any different than anyone else in any given time? Or will technology, make everything all magical and nice and friendly and wonderful? Or am I just delusional? Or are people just delusional? Constantly delusional, daydreaming, speculative, hoping for something. And like Anakin Skywalker, he's just always looking into the horizons. I guess that's it. Just people are just delusional. In reality, people don't want to take it in. You're just gonna get older and fatter, and that's it. And then you just die one day. There's no Disney World wedding. Well, my cousin had that. So in between reality here and there, people do get their wish, their bucket list checked off, and they do. I'm not gonna lie. Some people meet their bucket lists in life. And that's cool. I don't know, maybe every day doesn't have to be depressing. Maybe there are things that are cool, in the world. And for some people, they are these just NPC characters and these Karens in the world, and that's who they are. They have to care in the world, and that's why God put them there. That's why they're there. And you're just like, what in the actual fuck? Well, they're there. I mean, there's no other explanation. You can't just remove them with a dry eraser. So, we're back where we began, the road less traveled by. I just ate at a new restaurant down the street by the ShopRite. I took my mom with me. It was an Asian fusion restaurant, and my mom said, they're just gonna put MSG in it. It's gonna be salty, all these sauces. I didn't want to believe her. I thought she was just being negative, old person. But it was schemish, I heard the Chinese owner in the back, and I won't name which restaurant it is because people do come after you for the dumbest of shit. So anyways, yeah, the manager was definitely some Chinese guy, and I already knew red flags there. How he managed to afford the place is another level. But anyways, as a customer, I don't want to, the food was pretty bad. They served poke bowls, so we got the poke bowl. I got my mom and unagi done, eel, rice. And the prices were pretty ridiculous, so it's like $18, well $20 on average for eel rice. But it was small. It was baby small penis. Okay, kind of a small. And mine, I got the poke bowl with 2 meats, which costed additional $3 to have both salmon and tuna. And this was a lunch special, which was also penis small. Like I put on all the toppings. I put on the kimchi, the seaweed, the sesame seed, the salmon eggs, the Japanese sushi eggs, all that stuff, and it was still penis small and left me unfulfilled. And shit, all this, even after a $5 coupon, was $32 with taxes. And in reality, you could have gone to somewhere else and it would have been $10 each person. So it was more like a $20 meal, but you're paying $32 for it. So I didn't tip or anything, and they didn't even provide much service. And shit, it was a pretty shitty experience. It just wasn't there as a restaurant experience. I might as well just went to McDonald's. I mean, shit. What was used to be there was the Starbucks, and they always had customers coming in and out just because it was Starbucks. The model was just superior. The location, the business model, how it had provided value for people was much more superior than this Asian fusion restaurant. I don't know. It's just that's just the way it is, It only catered to like a certain population who have like an Asian fix, an Asian file thing, or if you're Asian, you know, it's just normal. So I don't know. It wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough. It was like a generic Asian bistro. You know, no different than them serving like sushi at ShopRite. Just very generic. You know, just a place trying to survive. And even with the new restaurant thing, you can see that this recipe of business was from yesteryear. Nothing was really new or anything. It was damn. I've seen this shit before. They just charge you more money for the same shit. Anyways, back to reality. People just get older and creepier. So yesterday I went out with the family. Went to go see my mom, you know, friends and all this, and their kids have had kids. So with their kids that had kids, so the oldest son was 45 years old, and back to the day he was like the older kid, and now he's just fucking old. I'm gonna be 40, so in 5 years I'll be this fucking old guy just like him. And shit, you know, I believe he has one biological child. Yeah, he has one biological child, and he's on his second marriage already. So he's 5 years old, he's older. So seeing him is just like, where will I be? Where will I be? You know, just average guy. You know, he just wants to party it up. Just a very average guy. You know, has a wife or ex, has a current wife. So he's social enough, and you know, and to have kids and stuff. So, you know, good for him, while being Asian. So, you know, that takes a certain level of skill. Or you could have been, you know, antisocial your whole life, which doesn't require much skill or anything. It's just, you know, shit. You're just in a shitty situation. So here I am. Just by a stream, just looking for a peaceful moment to reflect. What the hell is going on? You know, you're supposed, at the age of 40, you're supposed to have a kid, a wife, a home, you know, all the bells and whistles. Would my life have been better or enhanced because I have a wife and kids? No, honestly, I'd say no, definitely no. The girl I wanted probably would not want me. You know, it's just simply I'm not 6 feet tall. I don't make enough money. You know, the girls that I like are not going to settle for average Joe. It's hard for me to accept. I've just breaking $170,000 plus a salary. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer, so that's already, you know, -1. Like the girls that I like, that people like, that are on TV and that are calendar girls or on Playboy magazine, these girls don't exist in real life for the average guy. These kinds of girls won't like me, and once these girls get pregnant, you know, they become fucked up anyways. Kids make women go nuts anyways. of the hormone imbalance, getting fatter, getting older, all the above, draining, exhausting the woman out of her energy, to raise a child and stuff. She's gonna be fucked up anyways. But it's just not enough for me to be in a relationship with someone. During this time period. Plus, you also had COVID. You had mass, tech layoffs. So even if I was a tech guru of some sort, I probably would have been hit hard. Having owned the house, I wouldn't be able to pay the mortgage. I wouldn't be able to send the kids off to private school anymore because of the COVID situation and whatnot. Everything, the inflation. So I wouldn't have been fucked anyways, But that was unrelated. I already saw this coming, so I was just like, fuck this. It was already, a fuck. Sorry. A lot of fuckery going on. But there is a movie called All My Life, starring Harry Chau as Solomon Chau. He gets married, dies of cancer soon afterwards. Anyways, damn, I don't have cough drop. So I chose the path that I chose, So my review of being single was being single the right choice for me to avoid problems? Yes. I probably would not be able to handle a woman. She probably would have divorced me anyways. She probably would have yelled at me for not making enough money. She would have, if I did make the money, she would have yelled at me because I wasn't around with the kid. In either situation, the guy is totally fucked. He cannot meet the demands of this, rabid, this savage animal. He just cannot, keep up. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to have kids. You're supposed to own a $500,000 home. You're supposed to send the kids to school, all the while working 16 hours a day. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's not happening. Not in this universe. Not in New Jersey. Not in New York City, definitely. Some people were paying $5,000 of rent a month, $8,000 of rent a month. Yeah, sure. And then the government taxes you on top of that. What the? Who can afford having this American dream family lifestyle? You would just have to be genuinely the alpha male, the Chad. And damn. So anyways, to save myself, to save my own sanity, no wife, no children, just survive. It's not the optimal timeline, but it's just what my survival instincts tells me to do. And for those who do have kids, I don't know. I saw 2, 3, 4 parents yesterday who are my age bracket. I don't know, between 30 and 40, between 30s and 40s. There you go. 30s and 40s, okay? This is just another day, So when are you going to be that famous book writing author? When are you going to be shooting movies, When are you going to be doing anything, and, kind of cool? Never, just, you raised the kid, you raised yourself, you survived, and that was it. Damn. You never really did anything. You never really did anything that amazeballs. It's just like, you were just there to breathe, I don't know. Please, just another fat, lazy human being. Just another fat, generic, lazy human being who really didn't amount to much. What time did you have to, live your dreams? I don't know. I don't want to know. This is my, the end of my 2024. There. I live my dream. I'm a YouTuber. I just talk smack into a camera. My payout so far is about like $50. So I went from 3 cents to $50 with 3,800 subscribers. Filming this. So I'll be 40 years old soon. And so what? I made a bunch of money. I survived. I sold a bunch of stuff. Made more money. Like, how is this different than anyone else? I'm just grateful, glad to be alive. Glad to have done what I had to do, and that's it. I guess that's all there is. Just being thankful and being grateful for what you do have or what you did have to experience. Is the money used for something other than for, dinky little things like snacks and everyday stuff? No, not really. There's nothing really cool coming out of it. I don't take luxury cruises or go to expensive hotels or do anything crazy. It's just like, well, that was it, based on my situation. That's all we have time for. That was 2024. I just worked my ass off, double shifts. May I remind you, I'm not the only person who has like 3,000 or 4,000 hours, work. In 2024, there's another guy who works 6 days, 16 hours each day, 6 days a week, has 3 kids, a home, and does the American dream thing. And it's just like, you know what? I'm not him. Good for him and the Chads out there. But as for me, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna live sold as is. So that's my life. Sold as is. Whatever I can get. Sold as is, I'm not Chad. I'm not Tyrone. You are or you aren't. You are the hot, homecoming girl in high school or whatever. Or you're just not. Genetic determinism. So, for those of you who don't know, now you know. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you next year. Peace out.